Started sailing snipes in '89. At Adams. I mean, he got me into it. He tried to get me into it right out of college. He had started a good fleet in Newport, and then I did Olympic campaign in the fin, and then I was out of it for a little while. But then right after the fin stuff, I got into it, and he convinced me to build some new molds and everything, and he was a big part of it. He got me into it, and I'm glad I got into this class. I think if you can get a good crew that's really good at sailing, and knows how to sail a boat well, like if they're good laser sailors, I think that makes a big difference because they know how to work the boat and where the weight should be all the time. Kathleen Talk was that way when she sailed with me the first time, and it makes a big difference. You probably start getting a little bit lazy because you forget about, if they're doing everything right, you don't really have to think about it anymore. And I know when Carol used to sail with me, I never really paid attention to what she was doing, so I couldn't tell my crews what to do because I just never really watched what she was doing. Once I get comfortable with a crew and I know what they're going to do, I get when I get to a new person, then it's like, ooh, I got to tell them to do this, or I got to do this for them, and so it's good. It's definitely nice not to jump around, but it's tough to find people who want to give up their weeks, come sailing with you. Friend Ed Adams had got me into it and convinced me to start building boats in '89, and so I was working for Vanguard at the time, and it seemed like a really good class. I just thought it was a great class. The people were ex-college sailors, and so I started building molds while I was working at Vanguard. So after hours, I rented a little one-car garage and started building the molds for it. And I think after I got them done, they offered me a job to do just parts for them, and so I went off on my own and started doing the snipes and parts for them, and it worked out great. It's a lot of fun. I mean, my father told me that whatever I do in life, make sure you enjoy it because you're going to do it the rest of your life, and I think he was right. I really enjoy it. It's tough to make a living at it, but I really enjoy going to work every day. So, building these classes where you don't have to build tons of them, it's kind of fun because you're doing artwork every day, and I really enjoy coming out with a nice looking beautiful boat at the end and trying to make them as fast and as pretty as I can. So I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. We never really knew before what kind of hull shapes we wanted and what hull shapes are fast, but I think when like the Pearsons came out, their hull shapes seemed to be pretty fast, and so I think that kind of told us what direction we had to go in. But I think everybody has their personal thing about it. They want to make their boats the fastest, and I've been working at it a long time. We've changed. We're on our third mold, I guess, and I've already cut it apart and changed it once, and we're always striving to do better. And part of it is make the boat faster and make it easier to build, so you can make money at it and make it as good looking as you can. Everybody likes to get a little of their hand in on it and try to make things better and try to make things exactly what everybody wants them. And so there's lots of people have had input about doing different things, and some of the stuff is really good and some of the stuff we don't do, but it's you have so many different people, and sometimes I think there's a lot of engineers in the class because they've all got good ideas, and it's funny how they all think about it so much. And Peter Comet will wake up in the middle of the night and think of something, and he's got to tell me about it the next day. So it's fun. You just get so much enjoyment out of trying to do something nice and beautiful, and that's when I first got into boat building, I was building custom sailboards, and it was really fancy artwork, and you had to try to make it all clear and perfect, and it was all beautiful stuff. The artwork was just beautiful, so it was always fun to try to make stuff that's neat. And then and now some of the boats, like the fin class, they have a lot of weird glasses and color combinations, clear resin, and it all looks pretty cool, and it's kind of fun to try to make these boats, clear boats. It's kind of fun, and it gives you a little challenge to make them look neat and different. I always feel like I'm doing artwork, and I'm not getting paid very well for it, but I appreciate it, so I like doing it. Few enough boats where we can make sure we spend enough time on them to do them really nice. One of the drawbacks is that the boats will last forever, so So you need new people to buy boats because the old ones just don't wear out. Most fun in a snipe? Oh, I don't know. We probably had some big knockdown, scary races. It's funny, the windy races are so tough and so hard, but they're the ones we always remember. I remember in Brazil with Carol sailing the Worlds, and it was just so windy, and it was tough just to get downwind because it was so windy. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, it's scary, but it's fun. And I think going to nice places too is fun. You know, Dillon was beautiful. That nationals we had in Dillon, that was just unbelievably beautiful. So I think the traveling and some of the good sailing we did is what I enjoy about it most.